what's going on? This is Muriel from the Sunshine family from National Park Manuel Antonio in Costa Rica. So if you're looking into vacation in Costa Rica, you might learn something new on my video because I'm traveling through Costa Rica with my son. No matter that we live in Costa Rica, we still love to explore Costa Rica. I'm happy to take you on a little trip. The trip that we're making, I'm documenting everything. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Consider to subscribe with the link you see here on the screen. Tap the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. If you want to learn a little bit more about myself, about my story, about what brought me to Costa Rica, here you go. And it is really, really beautiful here in Manuel Antonio. What I've learned about some information is that it's the smallest national park in Costa Rica. There is guided tours. We have done that in the very first vacation my family and I came to Costa Rica. And I recommend that because on your own you probably won't see so many animals. Because our eyes are not trained to discover them. But now this is my second time. I decided to explore the whale tail and just buy entrance to the park and just hike around the park to see what we can discover ourselves and just, you know, breathe in the air of Manuel Antonio. My son is walking behind me. A big tip if you're visiting the park, check out the tide because the best tide to visit is when it's low tide. Then the beaches are longer and then you can walk further on the whale tail. And let me show you what we are discovering today. And the ocean is amazing. It's warm. That's what I love about living in Costa Rica. That the oceans are warm. Yep, this is what I see. Beautiful, right? Another tip that I recommend you to do is to buy your tickets online. Just visit the website of the Park Manuel Antonio. You can create an account if you follow the steps. I never done it before. And if you are a resident like us, you get a huge discount. And also if you're non-residents and for residents, children and people above, I think it's 65, get a really reduced price as well. So it is gonna save you a lot of hustle to come and select the expected time to enter the park. You have to choose an estimated time. I don't know exactly why they do it, but to chunk up, to prevent too many people at the same time, I guess, in high season. But so far, this is how the parks look like. I do not think it is really overloaded with people right now, but I can be wrong because people are just all around the park. But it definitely saves you a lot of hustle and time at the entrance. Otherwise, the people at the entrance will ask you to buy your tickets online at the entrance. And if you don't have roaming or Wi-Fi or whatsoever, it's a hustle. I saw groups being stuck there because tourists, they didn't have data on their phones, and you know, be prepared, saving you a lot of time. I hope that helps. Look around you, it's really, really beautiful. Really an inviting ocean to take a dive. And unfortunately or fortunately, it is actually really beautiful. The low tide today, the day that we are visiting, is exactly at 2 p.m, which is also a very strong sun hour. So really prepare yourself, use sunscreen. We always use sunscreen and bring sunscreen. We always put it on us, factor 50 at least, because the sun here is right above your head. Because a lot of people still forget that Costa Rica is more or less at the crater, and the sun is super intense, way more intense than probably you're used to if you're not from Latin America. And yeah, I cannot warn people enough. Sometimes I read reviews on TripAdvisor from tours whatsoever, and my eye fell on a trip review. Someone who did kayaking in this area, who blamed the tour operators that she had burns on her legs because she forgot to put sunscreen on, and I think that's totally your own responsibility. So don't let that ruin your day or your vacation or your stay in Costa Rica. Make your vacation in Costa Rica the most pleasant, and be prepared for very high temperatures and very strong sun. So if you see me walking around, I do have factor 50 on me. Just came from the beach you're looking at right now in the center of my screen. And the cool thing about the whale tail is that there is also the beach. And we're going to climb up this tower. This has actually a lot of memories for us, because the first time we came to Costa Rica, that's the vacation where we decided to move here. Costa Rica stole our hearts in a good way. This is the place where I made a picture of my son, who is now 12 and taller than I am. And we were standing on this tower, and I made a picture of him. So he said, wow, you have to make another picture and then put them together. So that's what we're going to do, climbing up now, make a picture and compare how much he has grown while living in Costa Rica. How cool is that? So I cannot stretch enough, just for those who are dreaming about living abroad, moving abroad, and who love to choose Costa Rica for it. Anything is possible. Think big. And if you're worried about your kiddos, this boy is amazingly happy that we did it anyways. My daughter too. Our kids were 7 and 14 when we left the Netherlands, and they both have learned so much. Let me check, Nick. I think that was the place where you were standing. So let's take a selfie. So we're entering the other side. Yeah, there you go. So another very important thing to know, you are not allowed to bring in food, and that's not because they want to irritate you, but the white-faced monkeys are very, very, very smart in finding food. So it's better that they have a very good smell. That if you don't bring food, the monkeys will not attack your bags to get the food. So be prepared. If you're bringing a lot of food, better you don't. There are lots of shops around the park. I think you can survive without some food in the park. So okay, wow, yeah, there are many people here actually. And this is funny because on this exact beach there is somewhere taken a photo. I will edit it in this video, where my family and I decided to move here, and I was standing here with my husband, and I will never forget it, that someone took a picture, and I use that picture a lot on my social media when I started to share my vision about, you know, moving abroad to Costa Rica, which we discovered this vision while being on vacation in Costa Rica. So the cool thing is, the best way to find out how Costa Rica feels for you is literally just take a vacation and come here. Perhaps it's not for you. It could be. The first time I set foot on Costa Rica, I felt like coming home, and it's really hard to explain that, but it's how it went. So now my tall 12-year-old is already living here for 4 years, and you saw probably how small he was. I will edit in some pictures of him. I think he was just below my shoulder height. Can you believe it? So yeah, it's incredible. I so love Costa Rica for this. And I don't care that there's lots of people here. As long as everyone is enjoying Costa Rica, it's fine, right? What do you think? Do you like it? Look around. Hello, little fellow. There's a biggie here. Beautiful. You see how beautiful its color is? Okay, let's go in the ocean. Hi. Okay, another tip is to bring your snorkel gear if you have it, and otherwise you can buy it everywhere around Keppels, because it's there's great spots to snorkel. Look, my son is actually doing it right now, and I just came out of the water. There he goes. Yay! Pura vida! We had an amazing snorkel. Snorkel fun, Manuel Antonio. The storm is coming. It's still rainy season, so it was very clear in the morning, and right now the rain is coming and thunder. So my final tip for the day, before we are leaving the park, be on time. The park closes at 4, but right now it's a little bit over 3. We are just snorkeling back there. It has nothing to do with the rain, but the park just closes at 4. So there's park guides hiking around and whistling everyone and leading people towards the exit. So we just follow the crowd and just leave the park. So if you're too late, it's just a waste of, of this beautiful place. I think it is worth it to explore as many hours as possible. So bring enough sunscreen, don't bring food in the park, so had a good breakfast is my advice as well. And with that being said, we're gonna hike slowly towards the exit and enjoy this beautiful national park, Manuel in the area Kepos, and just also look at the sky. We came here and it was bright blue, but it's rainy season, so often it rains in the morning and it's dry in the afternoon, or the other way around. So right now the clouds are coming from the ocean, and also there you see the clouds packing above us. But of course, the nice thing about Costa Rica, it's always warm, but it probably will rain in not that long. That's why we always have our waterproof bags, especially when you're living in Costa Rica. These bags are amazing. I definitely recommend you to bring those. So if it starts to rain, we won't melt if the rain falls on us, and our stuff will stay dry. With that being said, let me know if you found value in my video today and what your experiences were in the national park Manuel around Kepos, and if you were here because you're living here, if you were here because you were vacationing here, or if you were scrolling around because you were planning on the next trip. I always loved hearing from you. With that being said, bye for now, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.